Did you know a day on Mars is just 37 minutes longer than a day on Earth, but a year is almost twice as long? Stick around, because today, we're diving into 50 mind-blowing facts about the red planet. Welcome to our space adventure. So buckle up, we're heading 225 million kilometers away to uncover 50 incredible facts about the fourth planet from the Sun. Mars is called the red planet because its surface is covered in iron oxide, basically rust. This gives it that reddish hue we see from space, making it one of the most easily recognizable planets in the night sky. A day on Mars, called a sol, is just over 24 hours and 37 minutes. That's surprisingly close to Earth's 24-hour day, which makes adjusting to Martian time a little easier for future astronauts. Mars has seasons just like Earth, thanks to its axial tilt of about 25 degrees. This means the planet experiences spring, summer, autumn, and winter, though they last nearly twice as long. A year on Mars is 687 Earth days long. That's almost twice as long as a year on Earth, so if you lived there, you'd have to wait a while between birthdays. Olympus Mons on Mars is the tallest volcano in the entire solar system. It stands about 22 kilometers high and nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. It's so wide it would cover the entire state of New Mexico. Unlike Earth's sharp-peaked volcanoes, Olympus Mons has gentle slopes, making it more like a massive shield. Scientists believe it could have erupted for millions of years without interruption. Mars has a canyon system called Valles Marineris, which stretches over 4,000 kilometers. That's longer than the United States is wide and about 10 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. The planet has 2 small moons, Phobos and Deimos. They look more like asteroids than traditional moons and may have been captured from the asteroid belt by Mars's gravity. Phobos, the larger moon, is slowly getting pulled toward Mars. Scientists estimate it'll either crash into the surface or break apart into a ring within the next 50 million years. Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity. If you weigh 70 kilograms on Earth, you'd weigh just 27 on Mars, meaning you could jump higher and carry heavier loads with less effort. Lower gravity would also affect your body over time. Astronauts would need special exercise routines to prevent muscle loss and bone weakening during long stays on Mars. The Martian atmosphere is extremely thin, only about 1% the pressure of Earth's atmosphere. That means you'd need a pressure suit just to survive on the surface. Mars's atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide. There's almost no oxygen, so humans can't breathe it. Colonists would need oxygen supplies or find ways to produce it using Martian resources. Surface temperatures on Mars can plummet to minus 125 degrees Celsius at night near the poles and rarely rise above 20 degrees Celsius even in summer. It's freezing cold almost all the time. Mars experiences giant dust storms that can cover the entire planet for days or even months. These storms block sunlight, making solar power a challenge for rovers and future habitats. The dust on Mars is super fine, like talcum powder, and gets into everything. It clings to spacesuits and machinery, potentially causing damage over time. Mars once had flowing rivers, lakes, and possibly even oceans. We can still see dried-up riverbeds, ancient shorelines, and mineral deposits that form only in water. Most of the water today is locked in polar ice caps or buried underground. Some spacecraft have detected signs of seasonal briny water flows, but they're still being studied. In 2018, scientists using radar data found signs of a possible underground lake beneath the southern polar ice cap, raising hopes that Mars might still have liquid water. Unlike Earth, Mars lost its global magnetic field billions of years ago. Without it, solar wind stripped away much of the atmosphere, making the planet dry and exposed. With no magnetic shield, Mars is constantly bombarded by radiation from the Sun and space. That's one reason why future astronauts will need thick shielding or underground shelters. In 2003, scientists discovered trace amounts of methane in the Martian atmosphere. Because methane can come from life or geology, this sparked excitement about possible microbial life underground. NASA's Curiosity rover found complex organic molecules, carbon-based compounds that could be the building blocks of life. While not proof of life, it's an intriguing clue. Dozens of missions have been sent to Mars since the 1960s. Many failed, but we've learned from each one and now have multiple successful landers and orbiters gathering data. Viking 1 became the first spacecraft to successfully land on Mars and send back images in 1976. It even performed experiments to search for signs of life. The Curiosity rover landed in 2012 and has been exploring Gale Crater ever since. It's climbed mountains, analyzed rocks, and even found evidence of ancient freshwater lakes. NASA's Perseverance rover landed in 2021 in Jezero Crater. It's specifically searching for signs of ancient microbial life in what used to be a river delta. Perseverance brought along a flying companion, Ingenuity. This tiny helicopter made the first powered flight on another planet and continues to assist in exploration. Ingenuity was originally supposed to fly just 5 times, but it's flown over 50 times, showing that aerial exploration on Mars is both possible and incredibly useful. Mars is covered in impact craters, some over 4 billion years old. They offer a record of the planet's ancient history and how often it's been hit by asteroids. Hellas Basin is one of the largest and deepest impact craters in the solar system. It's 2,300 kilometers wide and over 7 kilometers deep, deep enough to hold Mount Everest. Believe it or not, we found Martian rocks on Earth. Some meteorites discovered here were blasted off Mars by impacts and traveled through space before landing. Mars has polar ice caps made of frozen water and carbon dioxide. These grow and shrink with the seasons and could be vital water sources for future missions. During winter, dry ice, frozen carbon dioxide, actually falls as snow near the poles. Yes, Mars has snow, but it's nothing like the fluffy kind we get on Earth. Sunsets on Mars are blue instead of red. Its dusty atmosphere scatters sunlight differently than Earth's, creating an eerie, bluish glow as the sun dips below the horizon. Billions of years ago, Mars may have had a thick atmosphere, a magnetic field, and stable liquid water, conditions potentially suitable for life. Mars is about half the diameter of Earth, but because it has no oceans, its land surface area is nearly the same as all Earth's continents combined. Mars's surface is ancient. Many regions haven't changed in billions of years, offering a frozen snapshot of what the solar system looked like long ago. NASA's Artemis program is focused on returning humans to the Moon, but it's also a stepping stone for getting humans to Mars, possibly within the next 2 decades. SpaceX is developing the Starship rocket system with Mars in mind. Elon Musk hopes to create a city on Mars someday, using reusable rockets and sustainable habitats. A journey to Mars could take anywhere from 6 to 9 months. That's just one way, and travelers would likely need to stay for over a year before returning. Future habitats on Mars might be built underground or in lava tubes to shield people from harmful radiation and the planet's extreme cold. Martian soil contains perchlorates, salts that are toxic to humans. These would need to be removed or neutralized before growing food or using local materials. Mars doesn't have plate tectonics like Earth. That means volcanoes and canyons don't get recycled, so they remain on the surface for billions of years. Scientists think Mars's core is either solid or only partially molten, which is why it doesn't generate a magnetic field like Earth does. The sky on Mars is often a dusty, reddish color during the day due to its thin atmosphere and ever-present dust in the air. Mars is considered geologically inactive, but it might not be totally dead. There could still be small quakes or volcanic activity deep below the surface. In fact, Mars quakes have been detected by NASA's InSight lander, confirming that the planet still has some internal activity, even if it's not tectonically active like Earth. Mars has inspired countless books, films, and video games, from the War of the Worlds to The Martian. It captures the imagination like no other planet. Despite all we've discovered, Mars remains full of mysteries. With every mission, we get closer to unlocking its secrets, and maybe one day, walking its surface ourselves. Maybe one day, you'll walk its surface yourself. Until then, keep looking up, stay curious, and don't forget. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more cosmic discoveries coming your way.